to RV Academy. In Advanced Corporate Accounting, already I discussed a chapter called Mergers and Acquisition. Today I am going to discuss redemption of preference shares. Before I go to the redeemable preference shares, let me tell you what are the various kinds of preference shares a company can issue among the general public. A company can issue convertible, non-convertible, participating, non-participating, redeemable and irredeemable preference shares. Among all these, I am not going to discuss all other concepts. I will take the redemption of preference shares or redeemable preference shares. Redeemable preference shares are that kind of a share which is paid back after certain period. Usually, the share capital are not to be paid back when the company is in existence. Only on liquidation of the joint stock companies, the shareholders will get back their money. Once if you invest your money into the share capital, it is not to be paid back. But one kind of such share which is paid back even when the company is in existence, that is called as redeemable preference shares. So when the company issuing the shares, at the time of issue itself, it will ensure the shareholders that it will be redeemed or paid back after certain period. Maybe it is issued for 10 years, 15 years or 20 years like. After that, it will be paid back. For that purpose, the company need not be liquidated. There are certain provisions for repayment of preference shares or redemption of preference shares. In the Companies Act of 2013, there are certain provisions, rules is given. Every company which is issued redeemable preference shares has to follow these provisions. What are those provisions? Please go through. No such share shall be redeemed except out of profits of the company which would otherwise be available for dividend or out of the proceeds of fresh issue of that redemption. The redemption should be made out of divisible profits. Divisible profits means profit which is kept aside for future dividends or it is available for distribute to shareholders as dividend. So divisible profits, that means the preference share should be redeemed either out of divisible profits or out of fresh issue of equity shares. Only out of these two sources the preference share should be redeemed. That is the first condition. Second one, no shares shall be redeemed unless they are fully paid up. Partly paid preference shares cannot be redeemed. At the time of redemption, if the preference shares are partly paid, in other words, suppose the face value of the share is 100 rupees, the company is collected only 80 rupees, 20 rupees is not yet called. Before it is redeemed, they have to make a call. They should collect that amount. 20 rupees should be collected. Only after converting the partly paid preference shares into fully paid preference shares, the redemption process should be started. Before that, it cannot be redeemed. In other words, partly paid preference shares should be converted into fully paid preference shares before it is redeemed. The third point, the premium, if any, payable on redemption shall have been provided for out of the profits of the company or out of the company's share premium account before the shares are redeemed. The preference shares can be redeemed or paid back either at par or at premium. What is par? At their face value. If shareholders have paid 100 rupees, that is called face value. On the share certificate, what value is mentioned, that is called face value of the shares. If it is redeemed at face value, no need to worry. If it is redeemed at premium, premium means additional payment. 100 rupees share is paid at 150 rupees as on the date of redemption. 150 is paid, that means 50 rupees extra paid will be called as premium. That premium should be adjusted with securities premium available in the balance sheet. The premium any paid should be adjusted with securities premium. If the securities premium is not there, if there is no securities premium, then we have to adjust that additional premium paid with the divisible profits like P&L account or reserve fund or dividend equalization fund, etc. Fourth point, where any such shares are redeemed otherwise than out of the proceeds of fresh issue, there shall out of profits which would otherwise have been available for dividend to be transferred to a reserve fund to be called as capital redemption reserve account, to a sum equal to the nominal amount of the shares redeemed. So whatever amount we utilized for the purpose of redemption of preference shares, that is divisible profits. The divisible profits here includes the general reserve, dividend equalization fund, workman's compensation fund, insurance fund, profit and loss account. If we have utilized these funds for the purpose of redemption, such fund should be transferred to a separate reserve called as capital redemption reserve. The amount whatever we transferred from divisible profit to the capital redemption reserve should be utilized for issue of bonus shares among the existing shareholders. It cannot be utilized for dividends. It cannot be used for the purpose of dividends. Those reserves or capital redemption reserve always should be used for the purpose of the bonus shares among the shareholders. These are the four conditions. If you are thorough with these four conditions, you can easily work out the problems. Now, let me check out the journal entries on redemption. When call is made to convert partly paid preference shares into fully paid preference shares, preference share final call account debtors to preference share capital. When amount received on call, bank account to preference share final call account. As I said, if the preference shares is partly paid, to convert the partly paid into fully paid preference shares, we have to give these two journal entries. If already fully paid preference shares, these two journal entries need not be written. No need of these two journal entries. When amount due for redemption, after converting partly paid preference shares into fully paid preference shares, we have to find out what is the amount due to preference shareholders. That is redeemable preference share capital account debtor, premium on redemption account debtor to preference shareholders account. How much capital, how much preference securities premium, these two amounts should be transferred to preference shareholders account. Next, when equity shares to collect the amount for redemption and for premium. So when you are issuing a fresh equity shares for the purpose of redemption, as I said, there are two sources. One is out of divisible profit, other one is out of fresh issue of equity shares. The equity shares can be issued at discount or at premium. When issued at discount and premium, put together one entry is given here. Bank account data, discount on issue of shares account data, to equity share capital, to securities premium. In case discount, no need to write the securities premium. In case of securities premium, there is no need to write the discount. When payment of redemption of premium, securities premium account data, profit and loss account data, general reserve account data to premium on redemption account. Any premium payable on redemption should be used out of securities premium. If securities premium is insufficient, we can take P&L balance. If P&L balance also insufficient, we can take the general reserve. Securities premium, general reserve, P&L account to premium on redemption account. When amount transferred to capital redemption reserve, how much funds we are used for the purpose of redemption of preference shares out of the divisible profits. For that we have to give this journal entry. Profit and loss account data, general reserve account debtor to capital redemption reserve account. Next, when sale of assets or to take the bank loan for redemption, to make the payment to the preference shareholders in the form of cash, certain assets will be sold, either investments or some other assets which is kept by the business for trading purpose will be sold for the purpose of payment of redeemable preference shares, or they can generate the bank loan. In case the asset is sold, cash is coming in, bank account debtor. If it is sold at loss, profit and loss account debtor, that is loss on sale of current asset to current asset. Any current assets can be sold to bank loan. If bank loan is taken, there is no need to write the current assets. We can directly write bank loan. Bank account debtors to bank loan, or bank account debtor, P&L account debtor to current asset account. When payment to preference shareholders, now we have sufficient funds to make the payment to preference shareholders. Preference shareholders account debtors to bank. Cash is going up, so preference shareholders account debit and then credit the bank account. When issue of new shares for the payment of preference shareholders, preference share capital account debtors to new share capital account. In case fresh issue of preference shares for the purpose of payment of preference shareholders, existing preference shareholders, preference share capital account debtors to preference share new preference share capital account. When decision is taken to issue bonus shares, capital redemption reserve account debtor, securities premium account debtor, any other reserves specified mentioned in the question to bonus to equity shareholders. As I said, the capital redemption reserve used only for the purpose of redemption of preference shares. So capital redemption reserve account debtors to bonus to equity shareholders. When issue of bonus shares is made, bonus to equity shareholders account debtor to equity share capital account. When partly paid up shares are made fully paid shares by bonus issue, in such case the following journal entries will be passed. Share final call account debtors to share capital, capital redemption reserve account debtor, securities premium account debtor, any other reserve account debtor to bonus to equity shareholders account. When issue of bonus shares is made, bonus to equity shareholders account debtor to equity share final call account. These are the theoretical parts relating to redemption of preference shares. In journal entries format, I told all the journal entries, but depends upon the problem, we have to give the journal entries, not necessary to write all the journal entries. In my next video, I will take up some of the problems. I'll work out the problems on redemption of preference shares. Please like, share and subscribe my video. Thank you.